Welcome. Think about those who you see on a daily basis. Would you be able to tell who has depression and who does not? Depression can look like many things. You may see a depressed person, but are they actually depressed? You may have a friend who's the happiest that you've ever met, but they are depressed and you would never know. The National Center for Biotechnology Information says that depression is one of the most common mental illnesses worldwide. It is also the leading cause of disability worldwide. My goal today is to inform you on the signs and symptoms of depression, the different types of depression, and the different treatments associated with this mental illness. The first step into learning about depression is to learning exactly what it is. The American Psychiatric Association said that symptoms of depression must last 2 weeks or longer, and that it affects an estimated 1 in 15 adults a year. The signs and symptoms of depression can vary from mild to severe. The most common symptom of depression is the persistent feeling of sadness. This is not the typical, oh, I had a bad day and I don't feel well and I feel upset. This is persistently feeling sad and upset for 2 weeks or longer, for some people even years. Other signs of this mental illness are loss of interest in activities a person once enjoyed, changes in sleep, changes in appetite, loss of energy, and thoughts of harm or suicide. There are many risks that are associated with this disease. Older adults, men, and ethnic minorities are more at risk of being not diagnosed and undertreated. Genetics may also play a role. If a family member has been diagnosed with depression, you are more likely to be diagnosed with depression as well. Another risk is biochemistry. These are the chemicals in your brain. There may be an imbalance which could cause depression. Personality also plays a role in the diagnosis of depression. If you have a high stress job, or if you have low self-esteem, you are more likely to be diagnosed with depression as well. Environmental factors such as homelessness and a bad home situation could also play a role. There are multiple different types of depression. The first one is persistent depressive disorder. This is the signs and symptoms of depression lasting 2 years or longer. The next is postpartum depression. This depression comes right after a woman gives birth. This causes the woman to neglect her duties as a mother. The next is seasonal affective disorder. This is when a person withdraws from society and their friends and family during the winter months and goes back to being normal during the warmer months. The next is not a type of depression, but it is normally coupled with depression, which is bipolar disorder. Those with bipolar disorder experience extreme low moods, and these meet the requirements for major depression, which is why it is normally listed under depression. There are many different treatments for depression, and depression can be managed as well. It needs to be managed. It's a very serious mental illness. The first type of treatment is antidepressants. These are not a cure-all, and they may take up to 4 weeks to do anything. The next is therapy. This is when a person speaks to a third person about their issues. Brain stimulation is also used, but only in extreme cases. Home treatments include being active, spending time with others that you trust, and educating yourself about depression. In conclusion, depression is not noticeable to everyone. Some people hide it very well. I was one of those people. In order to manage depression and treat it, you must know all the signs and symptoms and risks associated with this mental illness. statement that I say to myself every day is today will be a good day no matter what happens. So now, I would like all of you to go home and think of a statement that pertains to your life and to say it to yourself every morning so that you have a good day every day, and it will lower your chance of depression because it most certainly helps with mine.